I've always been very fascinated with successful people, wanted to know what is it that makes them tick, what is their morning schedule like, what do they eat, where do they sleep, what's their routine looks like. I started talking to some of these people, and today I'm in conversation with a man who was born in North India, studied in Western India, lives in Southern India, and has sold in 23 countries. He calls himself a salespreneur and has helped early stage organizations and have taken them from Series A, B, and up till D. He's the Senior Vice President of Manthan Systems and is responsible for their India and APAC business. I'm in conversation with Amit Agarwal. I'll take you there in just a bit. Amit, thank you. Thank you for doing this. What, 7 years now?
Yes, 7 years.
And last time we were talking,
Yeah.
you were sitting in my workshop.
Yeah.
And this is my masterclass with you.
Oh.
Okay. So I'm going to jump right into it.
Yeah.
If someone has to sell to you,
Yeah.
and you made a personal question.
Yeah.
If someone has to sell to you, what should they do?
So if somebody has to sell to me, he has to do only two things.
Uh-huh.
One is he has to tell me something which I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Secondly, tell me something what others are doing.
Uh-huh.
So in sales academic parlance, this is called as insight.
Right.
Insight is a word.
Yeah.
I have framed these two questions.
Yeah.
Tell me something I don't know.
Right.
Tell me what others are doing.
Okay.
Useful for somebody who's selling to me. Useful for me when I'm selling to others.
Them. Perfect. Second thing, I always wanted to ask you, and this is something that I have been facing from sales leaders very often, that a very common question that I always get is, how do I hire the best guys? Bhawani, help me hire and this and that. Amit, do you have a favorite question that you ask in every single interview?
Yeah, so one question which I ask
while hiring a sales guy?
Hiring a sales guy is that, tell me a situation where you, the sales guy, created a need which didn't exist.
Oh, amazing.
So tell me a story of a sales situation where the need didn't exist.
Right.
Where you as a sales owner helped the customer unearthed an unknown or unmet need.
Right.
And which led to a sale.
Yeah. And what percentage of people are able to actually do that to you?
So that is actually a very low percentage.
Right.
Mostly I would say in single digit of 5%.
Wow.
That is the area which where as sales owners, what are we doing? Fundamentally, we are servicing needs.
Right.
Needs are of two kinds: known needs and unknown needs.
Right.
So if you are selling pencil, you know what is pencil for.
Yeah.
Whereas if you are selling certain things where the need or the person feels that he already has that thing.
Right.
So in that case, the number one skill which I have seen is ability
How do you
to
create
unearth.
that need? Yeah.
Ability to unearth the need or create that need.
Yeah. Ask those smart probing questions. Figure out what you can do, what you cannot do.
Absolutely.
Right. And I think the world can be divided into two equal halves that way, right? There are people who know what they want, and there are people who don't know what they want. So how have you sold to somebody who doesn't know what they want, right? That's a skill, that's a quality that you look for every single time.
Correct.
Perfect. Amit, we all have favorite deals. Do you have one?
Yeah.
Which one?
I can't tell you the name of the client.
Yeah.
Yes, certainly.
Can you tell us the story? How it unfolded?
So let me first share why that is a favorite deal.
Okay.
So this is a situation where the company which I was working for was pivoting to a new vertical. The product was in early stage, and there was no referenceable client at all.
Wow.
So
talk about my situation.
So in this case, I got a meeting with the chief marketing officer of a large bank in Asia.
Okay.
And as I was entering that room, I was thinking, how can I create value for this august audience? Large bank, CMO, and as I was thinking, the 6 executives in Thai entered.
Yeah.
And, the CMO sat, the executives were sitting on his right, I was sitting on his left. And he looked at me and he basically said, I have all the best software, all the best customer experience software, analytics software. I have Adobe, I have Oracle, I have SaaS, I have Netezza. And then he was silent. Silence actually meant that basically,
Who are you? Yeah.
So I asked him, can I ask you 3 questions?
Okay.
He said, of course. I said, question number 1, what is the monthly unique visitors on your website?
Okay.
He said 12 million. I said, thank you. Then I asked him, can you identify existing customers and new to bank prospects among this 12 million on your website? So when he heard the question, he was taken aback. He looked on his right to his team members, and their eyes were also down. He looked back at me, and in a higher tone he said, no. So I said, okay. Among this, for existing customers, can you personalize the experience of your existing customers on your website?
You were selling marketing automation?
Yes. So he said, he raised it. He said, when I told you that I can't even identify my existing customers,
right,
then how can I personalize?
Yeah.
And then there was silence.
True.
And that silence became historical because that was one of the very large banks in Asia.
What was your deal size?
No, I think that may not be.
Oh, okay. All right.
That large bank became, one-to-many reference.
Wow.
To, it's like, signing Amitabh Bachchan for your movie. Then everything easier happens afterwards. So we got Amitabh Bachchan in form of that bank.
Wow.
And therefore, it is a marquee deal because it created a story for a startup.
Perfect. Amazing. Amit, you have how many years? 23 years of experience? 20 years of experience now. What is it, that one advice that you will give to all sales managers? And I'm talking about managers, not individual contributors right now. One tip for all budding sales managers that comes from Amit Agarwal.
For the one advice for the sales manager I have is from the book, The One Thing. The day, which is almost 1 year now, once I read that book, in my personal and professional life, I've started asking this question. What is the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else is easier or unnecessary?
Okay, I didn't get that. Simplify it for me.
What is the one thing I can do in sales in this quarter such that by doing it, everything else is easier or unnecessary?
Awesome.
Similarly, this question can be asked for a client meeting. What is the one thing I can achieve?
You need to set your objectives right.
And in my case, what I've observed, instead of focusing on multiple objectives or this, the moment through this book, I have started focusing on one. It has given tremendous results, and that would be my advice to
focus on one single important thing.
Focus on one thing, either it is quarter, either it is a meeting, either it is, and what happens is when we focus on that one thing, everything else which is dependent on it
falls in place.
Perfect.
All right, Amit, time for some electric fire round questions. Okay. 2 rules only. You cannot skip anything, and you get only 2 seconds to answer.
Okay.
First question: morning person or a night owl?
Morning.
Texting or talking?
Texting.
Atul Jalan or Vivek Subramaniam?
This is a difficult one.
You got to take it.
This is a difficult one, yeah.
Make a pick. I didn't say it's going to be an easy interview. I said it's going to be an interview.
This is a difficult one.
Okay. What is the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning?
The first thing I do is express gratitude. I'm in my bed, wake up and express gratitude for around 2 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. Amazing. Favorite personal possession?
Favorite personal possession? I think currently is this house, where this shoot is taking place.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is very nice.
Yeah. Nickname Aisha calls you with? Ami. Amazing.
Without the T.
Katrina Kaif and Anushka Sharma both are drowning. If you were to say one of them, who would you choose?
Anushka Sharma.
And why?
Because, it is the fate of Indian cricket is dependent on Anushka Sharma.
How thoughtful is that? Who would you go on a sales call with, Sundar Pichai or Satya Nadella?
Sundar Pichai.
If you have to get two superpowers, you can get invisible or get super strength. Which one would you choose?
Invisible.
Invisibility. Who gets it easier, men or women?
Men.
That's about it. All right, Amit.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm very curious to always know, and I have been in the sales consulting, sales training space for the last, 10 odd years now.
Yeah.
I have my own point of view on how the future of sales is going to shape up. But I'm really curious to learn from you, from the industry perspective. What do you think? Where is sales heading to? How will it look like? B2B, technology sales, something that you have an expertise in. How is that going to shape up in the next 3 to 5 years?
Yeah. So on B2B sales, there was a research done by Forrester, which said that death of a B2B salesman.
Yeah.
Correct. And they said by 2020, around 1 million B2B sales job would be lost in US. And they mentioned that consultant is one of the 4 archetypes which Forrester defined, will roll the roost.
Yeah.
From my perspective, B2B sales, the sales owner needs to be a doctor.
Yeah.
So what is a doctor? Just let me give you a personal experience of that. So around 6 years before, I was feeling very tired because of maybe my frantic international sales. Tired and there was a lot of pain in legs. So I went for a checkup with a Ayurvedic doctor. Ayurvedic doctor checks pulse. So she checked my pulse, and when she was checking my pulse, she looked very disappointed. She started making sound like. So I thought I just come for, and then she asked me a question. Are you have a diabetic history in your family? So I was surprised. I have come for leg pain. She's asking. I said, yeah, my father is diabetic. He said, you look pre-diabetic. Why don't you do some tests? So I went surprised and sad, both, because I came for something. Then I went, I did the test. 2 days later, I came. And then she said, yeah, you are on a border case of diabetes. Stop sugar, stop everything sweet for 1.5 years. Now, as I reflect on that conversation, here is a doctor whom I came for a need of legs in pain.
Yeah.
My legs are paining.
Yeah.
But that lady, the doctor, found out some other problem which I have.
Which probably was causing that.
Which was causing that, and I didn't know.
Yeah.
So from my perspective, the B2B sales, with so much competition, with technology coming into picture, all of that is people can order. In B2B sale, if a salesperson is a doctor, where a doctor is addressing, diagnosing the symptoms of both the known needs of patients, as well as something which the patient doesn't know.
The root cause.
The root cause.
Yeah.
So that is what I would say, that if B2B sales...
I can't agree. I mean, I have been saying this for a very, very long time, that salespeople who fail to come across as consultants, who fail to understand, their solution, and also, spend their time talking to the customer, talking to the prospect, in uncovering what's bothering them. Till the time you're going to be a salesman, you will not be successful. You'll only be successful the moment you switch to being a consultant and not a salesman. So, perfect. Thank you so much. Now, to wrap this up and a little icing on the cake, my team has prepared a little game to test both of us.
Oh.
All right. So, there's going to be an image of a famous entrepreneur that will pop up on our screen right there.
Okay.
And whoever tells the name of that person first gets a point.
Okay.
All right. Now, if we both suck at it, they're going to give us a hint.
Okay.
And then we get a second shot. If we don't, then they move to the next question. All right. So by the way, one of our production crew members, Kanika, she'll be keeping the scores, and she'll let us know who is winning. All right. Bring it on. Sundar Pichai. All right. Satya Nadella. You got this one? Jack Ma.
You got it.
Ritesh Agarwal, or your rooms?
Bhawani, either you have done some setting.
No, this is Indian startup ecosystem is my bread and butter, sir.
Larry Ellison.
Okay.
Bhawani.
Clear winner?
If you are winner, then also I win.
Amit, thank you so much for doing this. It's been such a pleasure. It was fun and it was insightful. Meeting after 7 years, you haven't changed a bit. And I look forward to again working with you now. Thank you so much. Bye.